There's lessons to be learned. The funny thing is we think, we really want this, I want that, but God is really what you need. And here's some lessons to be learned along the journey. Your faith is formed along the journey. You know what I'm saying? Your faith is formed in the journey. Patience is formed in that journey. You get a heart of love in that journey. You ever been going through something so horrible you just can't stand what you're doing with your life right now, and everything around you is just falling apart, but then you finally get through it all and you realize, I love more now. I've got more patience now. I know what it is to forgive people now. These are lessons to be learned along the journey. You get things like endurance. You learn endurance on the journey. Life is an endurance. You learn how to pray big prayers on that journey. On the journey, that's where the relationships are built. 475 kids on a Wednesday night is great, but an hour and 45 minutes is not enough time to build relationships with anybody. It's the journey. It's the journey where the life change happens. But we can be so destination focused that we don't enjoy the journey. Listen, you must understand the foundation here. When you don't have what you really want, God is really what you need. Number two, stop waiting for what you want and start working with what you have. Stop waiting for what you want and start working with what you have. Elisha asked the widow, "What do you have?" And her response was, "Nothing but this flask of oil." You might feel right now that you have nothing, but in reality, you do have something. You do, and I don't know what it is for you. But you have something this morning. It could be small. It could seem insignificant. It probably seems like it's not enough. And this problem is so big, and I don't have the answers, and I don't have what it takes to get through this trial. God, where are you? We've all said these things. We've all had these things. And I think it's funny sometimes, when we get these moments of, I don't have anything. I don't know how to get through this. All of a sudden, the small things begin to matter. You do have something. Many of us in here, we have our health. That is something. We have beautiful children, many of us in here. We've got something. You have a loving spouse. You have a car that works. We always take for granted the car that works until it breaks down. Then we're like, I've got no idea what to do with my life right now. It's true. You have something. And listen to 1 Timothy 6, verse 6. It says, "Yet true godliness with contentment is itself great wealth." And they're not even talking about money here. The happiest people in the world are not the richest people. Because if that's the case, Hollywood would be the happiest people you've ever met. And we all know from Us Weekly that's just not true. When I look at the covers at Walmart, Katie Holmes is in trouble again. I mean, come on, honestly. It's not talking about money here, is it? No, your wealth is measured by so much more than what's in the bank account. The richest people in this world are those who have godliness with contentment. That's great wealth. That's great wealth. I think many people who are rich would give up a lot of money in order to have incredible relationships, incredible marriage, incredible kids. You know what I'm saying? What do you have? You might be here right now, sitting here, struggling to get a job, struggling to find enough income. But in this season of your life, you're at home 6 nights a week with your family, with your kids, training them, loving on them, teaching them, being with them, just being around them, hugging on them. You get to kiss them goodnight. You get to tuck them into bed. You're able to read them a bedtime story. That's what you have. You're like, I'm jobless, I'm moneyless. Yes, but you're at home and you're doing the more important thing. See, that's thinking the way God thinks. That's seeing the little thing you have, and you begin to work with that little thing. And I'm telling you, God wants to breathe upon that little thing that you have, and He wants to give you this idea on how to create jobs out of what you're doing right now, how to create money out of what you're doing right now. He just wants to breathe upon what it is that you're doing right now, no matter how small it is.